Hello, everybody. This is Jyoti Thomas from Christ University, Bangalore. Today, I would like to share our journey towards community based product development. So, the entire process we call it as service learning. Rather, I should say it is a learning through service. So, in Christ University, we work on the vision, excellence, and service. And this is achieved through our core values like faith in God, moral uprightness, love of fellow beings, social responsibility, and pursuit of excellence. We strongly believe that a person can achieve excellence in the academics or maybe in their life, provided if they achieve all the core values what is mentioned before the pursuit of excellence. So in this regard, if you look, service learning is directly comes under the social responsibility. And we offer this course in engineering, and it is very rare that technical institutions offer this course because most of the time we look for the technical subjects. But in Christ University, strongly believe that service learning will produce more and more better socially responsible engineers. So we offer this course in 6th and 7th semester, and it is a 2 credit course. So moving further, I just wanted to tell what is service learning because it has various definitions. But why do we offer this in academic institutions? So it combines the community service with the classroom knowledge. As I mentioned that it is a learning through service. It also engages the students in the educational process. So they not only learn about the democracy and citizenship, they become actively contributing citizens and community members through this service what they perform because it is purely an experiential learning. So which enhances their research skill, presentation skills, and reflection. So many times we misunderstand the term service learning. So we feel that, okay, we have some social service wing in your organization through which you may be conducting various activities. So is it come under service learning is a question. Or you may think that as part of your social service club, you might have contributed to a particular community in the sense maybe contributed some money or things. Whether this it comes under service learning? It is purely not. So service learning is different from volunteerism. It is different from community service, internship, or field education. Because in this case, learning is also involved, not only the service. So learning in the sense what you learned in the classroom is utilized to find a solution for a societal problem which makes a significant difference in the society. So now we will be thinking that why do we need this service learning? So what we get out of it? Obviously, it promotes numerous academic skills for the students as well as the faculty members. In terms of problem analysis, it improves your critical thinking, logical reasoning, and you should have a detailed observations. Hence, you will be able to identify the problems. And it also enhances the motivation to learn. Because in the class, we get different categories of students. Some are extremely good in study, some are not. But this kind of experiential learning will teach or motivate the students to learn, even if in the case of a weak learner. And this also leads to research. improve student learning outcome. As it is through a experiential learning, obviously the learning outcome of the students will be improved. And it also encourages social entrepreneurship, sustainability, and all the more the civic engagement. So these are, I have listed out some of the topics which we have been practicing in our deanery. I belong to engineering deanery, and the topic what we see here, it is interdisciplinary. We also have mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, and all the branches of computer, engineering. So this, you will see this all different topics. Many are interdisciplinary projects. So you can be able to take it up, because in this way students are well connected, and they also know how to integrate their intellect to solve a particular problem. This is some another problem recently we solved, because normally in the service learning, students are expected to go to a particular community which are close to our university, but especially this year being a pandemic, students are asked to identify the community in their hometowns. So this particular problem occurred in Andhra Pradesh, where the paddy field farmers were facing problems because the rice is a main cultivation, the main crop in that particular region. But they were facing problems due to some diseases occurred in the rice plant leaf. So our students have identified the problem and given a solution. Now, with all the farmers, they just need a mobile camera with this particular app installed to take the images of the particular leaf where it is the disease affected leaf. It gives you the solution and tells you that at what stage it is, what is a remedy, how you can come out of the solution. So we get a lot of satisfaction when we do such kind of real-time problems. And that gives a solution to the society. And this is one such another incident. A particular NGO deals with orally impaired people. The person who was working here, he was affected with the COVID-19. He could not continue his work there. The organization is looking for another person for his replacement. And a lady who lost her job and looking for a job. So somehow came to know that there is an opportunity, but the barrier was communication. She doesn't have any experience in communicating with orally impaired. So this has been brought to the notice of our students, and as a result, they have developed this. A particular app has been developed through which both the parties can communicate without any difficulties. Whatever the orally impaired person speak is translated and written in English. So the person will understand, okay, this is a meaning, these are the what they are showing it. So accordingly, they can. So it is vice versa. It was really helpful to them. So these are some of the works we do. And similarly, many other works. So service learning is not only limited to this project. This also contribute to the research publications. We have many publications like that. Recent papers I have just put it here. Apart from publication, we also have a patent, because in fact I started this project through service learning, moved to the further step and applied for a funded agency, and a government fund was sanctioned for this project. Then further I have filed this patent. So we have a patent in the semi-automated silkworm cocoon cutting machine. This is in fact an interdisciplinary work. I, being from computer science engineering, collaborated with the mechanical, because a machine, I need the help assistance from the mechanical engineering department. So we have collaborated and we have done this work. These are other examples of it. So this is the way normally we carry out service learning in Christ University. So we have similar opportunities, or many opportunities are there. And we also make sure that all these topics or the projects what we take is purely in line with sustainable development goals. If you look at here, there are 16 goals are there. In fact, the 17th one is a partnership. Starting from no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being. So irrespective of the discipline, we can take up such kind of, identify such kind of problems, and we can take up the projects. In turn, you will be achieving SDG goals through service learning, which every institution is looking for these days. So how do we achieve this? To enhance the visibility of our work, what we do. So we also started a group under IEEE. It is called IEEE Christ Site Group. Site is special interested group for humanitarian technology. So in fact, what we are doing in service learning is purely falls under this category. So the advantage of starting such group is there is a possibility of getting funded projects for you, because sometimes when the students are doing, they need required certain amount of money to buy components or implementation. So this is a place, because this again, this is purely a registration is free, because no money is involved in getting the registered in this particular group, but certain procedures are there that has to be followed. That is one of the advantages. So we have this group also started as part of the service learning in our university. And obviously this was a big question, because normally service learning, as I mentioned, that we go to the site and work and have a physical interaction, especially in being pandemic. Pandemic, in fact, did not stop us for conducting service learning. We have conducted in the WebEx meetings. We put the students, each team, into breakout room and take the presentations followed by the reflections. 2 hours dedicated for this particular work in a week. This is a way everybody else happily they enjoy the work and they do it. How do we evaluate this? These are the evaluation criteria. As I mentioned, that we start this process in the 6th semester and ends in 7th semester. So there is a continuation, and also make sure that once a particular project is completed, when the next batch comes, we tie up some students to that particular project to make sure that the project is sustained, because for any community, it might require minimum 2 years to on the project or to become self-sustainable. So till then, we will handhold them. These students will be one after another. These students will be hand-holding them. So they will be doing the project. Along with that, similar work, they will be taking up or assisting them in the previous projects. So in the 6th semester, we will evaluate them on identifying the problem and community, and this community and topic should be purely in line with the SDG topics. Then we have literature survey, then design, plan and evaluation, because they will have a clear idea what they are going to do, what are their requirements, how are they going to simulate. All these things will be ready. Once that is ready, now they are in a position to present their work to the outside world. So they can go for an ideathon or a poster presentation or any kind of paper presentation. So that also carries certain weightage. And the marks, what you are seeing it here, it is scaled down to this particular mark, but each of the component is carried out of 25. Then later scale down to this mark. While coming to 7th semester, they will be presenting the proof of concept, because by end of the 6th semester, they have a clarity that what they are going to do. In proof of concept, they also will mention about the timeline and the experiment what they have conducted in the previous semester, and any budget is applicable. This is where that IEEE site is really helpful for the students to get any budget is required. Obviously, their proposal should be competent enough to grab the fund. And we have community engagement and reflection as well. And then deployment and the project presentation. So in the project presentation, we will have reflection, viva, and report. This is the way we work in Christ University, and we look for more collaboration with all of you, so that I strongly believe that university or a place is not a barrier to conduct the service learning. We can do service learning by collaborating across the globe. So in this aspect, I look for the collaboration with the potential universities. Thank you.